Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Happy New Year. I wanted to do a quick video on how to use the TI-NSPIRE to generate a recursive sequence. Most students struggle with sequences or recursive sequences. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how you can use your TI-NSPIRE to basically come up with or to generate any kind of recursive sequence that you need. Then I'm going to show you how to use the table or menu 51 to find your terms. Okay, so I'm going to start by sharing my iPad. And here are some problems taken from JMAP that have some recursive sequences on it. I'm going to make this a little bigger so it's easier to see. Now, one of the ways that you know that you're dealing with a recursive sequence is usually the notation. And let me kind of point out exactly what I mean. Whenever you have subscripts, like A sub n, A sub n minus 1, A sub n plus 1, anything like that, generally you're dealing with a recursive sequence. Now, the TI-NSPIRE doesn't have subscripts. So what it does instead is it uses parentheses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to enter. I'm just going to do a couple of recursive sequences. I'm going to show you how to find the terms. I'm going to show you how to use the table. But let's start with this first one. So it says they want to know what's the first four terms of this sequence. It says A sub 1 equals 40. Then it has A sub n equals 3/4, A sub n minus 1. So we know that we're dealing with a recursive sequence because of the subscripts. Now, the most important thing for you to know is that in order to make this work, you have to be in the recursive sequence notation form in the calculator. So let me go. So what you see here is the graphing page. You get there. Let's go from the home screen. You would go to B for graph. It's going to take you here. Now, normally, the default is function. So if I press the tab key, you see it says F1 of X equals, and this is where you're supposed to enter your function. Now, we don't want to enter a function. We want to enter a sequence. So the way that we're going to get there is we're going to press the menu key over here at the right. And then you're going to go to option 3. And you see the first option is function. The second option is relation. These other functions are some other types of equations that you can enter. We want the sequence. So you're going to press on sequence, which is option 7. And then you're going to go to option 1. Now, so this is when you know that you're dealing with the sequence. One of the things that you're going to see is it's always going to start with this u sub 1 parentheses n equals, and now you're supposed to enter your recursive sequence. It also is going to have initial terms. Now, every recursive sequence has to have a place to start. It has to have an initial term. So if you don't have one, then that's an issue. And if you don't have one, that probably means it's not a recursive sequence or someone's made a mistake. Now, so let's go back to the iPad. Now, you see there's no u sub 1 here. So what we're going to do, since we don't have a subscript, we're going to use the parentheses to indicate the subscript. So it says the very first term, A sub 1 is equal to 40. So what we would do with that is we would go here, you see this initial term, and we would enter 40 because that's the initial term. Now, sometimes a recursive sequence may have more than one initial term. For algebra 1, we never have more than one. In real life, you can definitely have more than one, but for our class, we only have one. So my advice is always to start by going down there, tabbing down to the initial term, and enter it. Now we're going to go back up to the actual recursive sequence. Now, normally, when we're doing sequences or we're entering functions, I tell you not to mess with the f of 1 of x, even if it's like g of x. Leave it as f of 1. You just have to know in your mind the difference. Now, I'm not suggesting that in this case. In this case, I want to try to make the recursive sequence look as much like the actual recursive sequence as possible. So let me go back to the iPad. Actually, what I'm going to do, so I can keep them both up, is one of the screens I'm going to have my iPad, and then the other screen I'm going to have the sequence. Now, it says here that the first term is a sub 1. We've already taken care of that. Now it says a sub n equals 3/4 a sub n minus 1. So what I want to do is I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make this, I'm going to get rid of that u sub 1, and I'm going to make it a. And then I'm going to go over to the other side, and I'm going to actually enter that as well. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to make this larger again so you can see it. So I'm going to delete the U1, and I'm going to type in A. Now, the N stands for the subscript. So whenever you need to indicate a subscript, put it in parentheses. Then I'm going to go over to the other side. And remember, it was 3/4. It was 3/4. 3/4. It was 3/4 in a sub n minus 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a, and then I'm going to put in parentheses n minus 1. Close the parentheses, and that's it. That's pretty much all you have to do. So I've gotten the initial term, which was 40, and I've changed the sequence. The standard u sub 1, I've changed it to a because that's closer to what the actual sequence, recursive sequence is. And then once I've done that, I just press enter. Now, these dots over here are basically the sequence. So if you want to see it, we can pull it down. You can see it starts over here. Now, an easier way to find sequence terms is to use the table. So you can go Control T, and there's the table. So the first term is 40, second term is 30, third term is 22.5, fourth term is 16.875, fifth term, so on, so on. Notice, there's no 0 term. There's no -1 term. That's what makes a sequence a sequence. The sequence always has to have integer values, and it always starts at 1. So we're going to start a table at 1. There it is. Now all we have to do is just go choose the answer. So the answer would be number 2. And that's all you're doing. So now I'm going to skip number 2 for now, and I'm going to go to number 3. And I'm going to enlarge it so that you can see it better. Now this sequence is recursive. It tells you that it's recursive, but even if it hadn't said that, you can see it has a sub 1, which is the initial term, is the -2, and then it says a sub n equals 3 times a sub n minus 1 plus 1. What is the value of a sub 4? So they're actually looking for, they want to know what's the value of the 4th term. So we're going to go back in. I'm going to go back to the calculator, and I'm going to get rid of the table, Control T. Control T gives you the table, Control T takes away the table. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do menu 14, and that's going to get rid of the last sequence we had. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the tab key. Notice it starts back again at u sub 1. So I've gotten rid of everything. So now, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down, and I'm going to enter a -2 for the initial term. Take care of that. Now I'm going back up. Now the actual recursive sequence is a sub n. So I'm going to make this a sub n. And then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say 3 times. You don't actually have to put the multiplication symbol. So I'm not, and then I'm going to say a, and then now the subscript is n minus 1. So inside the parentheses, I'm just going to type n minus 1. Then close the parentheses, and then I'm going to put plus 1. Now, so here's the term. So this is a sub n equals 3 times a sub n minus 1 plus 1. The initial term is a -2. I press enter. I don't see anything here. So if you don't see anything, that doesn't mean it might mean that your function didn't work, but what you should do is do menu 51 and it'll take you. So it's actually taking me. This term, the actual, let's see, the actual sequence it's actually going negative. So here we go. So if you want to see the fourth term, there's a couple ways you can do it. Again, you can do Control T. You can go to the fourth term. It says a negative 41 right here. So that's the answer. Or let's say that let's say it asks for the 21st term. Now it's still not that challenging to go to the 21st term, but we don't really want to do that all the time because sometimes they may give you a really large number. So here's how you can find it. Control T, get rid of the table. Now, I said menu 51. Menu 51 is basically the graph trace. Now, if you want a specific term, once you've done menu 51, all you have to do is type in that term and it'll take you straight to it. So it says the fourth term is a negative 41. So if we go back to our iPad, we would circle a negative 41. Now I'm going to do one more just to show you that recursive sequences with the INSPIRE is very easy. Now I'm going to jump back to that second question. And the reason I'm going back to this one is the format is a little bit different from the other ones. Now, if you can see my iPad, it says a recursively defined sequence is shown below. It says the first term, a sub 1 is 5, and then it says a n plus 1 equals 2 a sub n minus 7. Now, the reason that I'm doing this one now is the actual subscript for the first term, they shifted it. Instead of being a sub n over here, they've made it a sub n plus 1 equals 2 a sub n minus 7. Now, this is still a recursive sequence. And basically, all they've done, instead of writing it a sub n equals 2 a sub n minus 1, they just shifted it over. They shifted everything. They shifted everything forward one. So they're saying, okay, a sub n plus 1 equals 2 minus a sub n minus 7. So basically, this term is one behind this term, and this term is one behind there. So they're the same thing. So don't get like flabbergasted or confused because they've just shifted it one to the right. It doesn't matter because the calculator doesn't care. It doesn't care which way you do it. And I wanted to show you that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to the calculator and show you how to enter it. Menu 14 gets rid of the old sequence. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press tab. Now here, the initial term was 5. So I'm going to take care of that first. And then I'm going to come up here and write the recursive sequence. I'm going to get rid of the U1 and I'm going to put an A here. Now, instead of just having n here, I'm going to put n plus 1. That's the only thing you have to change. And then I'm going to say 2 times a sub n, and then minus 7. So basically, there's no change. I mean, it's a small change, but it's not a big deal. The calculator will take care of it. Now you press enter. There's a function. We want what they want. And this one, they also want the fourth term. So let's do menu 51. And let's just put in 4. Type in the number 4. And then it takes you. It says the fourth term, the value is a negative 9. Now, you can also, of course, use the table, Control T. You can see also that the fourth term is a negative 9. So if we go back to the iPad, we would circle a negative 9, and we would be done. Pretty simple. All right, that's it, guys. Let me turn off my alarm. That was my time to stop alarm. All right, so there you go. That's how you use the TI-NSPIRE. The most important thing, well, there's 2 things. You have to know how to get there. If you go menu, let me get rid of this first. Control T. Control T. Control, wait, Come on, Control T. Gone. Now, in order to get there, you would go menu, and inside here, it's normally functions. You would go down to option 7 and then go to option 1. So 371 will get you the recursive sequence, and then you just enter it. And remember, since the calculator cannot handle subscripts, it uses parentheses to indicate subscript. Other than that, it's just like entering a function. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment. If you need more help, come see me. All right, this is Mr. H signing off.